Australian Development Scholarship, also known as ADS Scholarship. She was also awarded with AID, Australian government, and she also holds a PhD degree in economics from the International Islamic University Malaysia, IIUM, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. She is currently serving as the head of the Economics Study Program at the Faculty of Economics and Business at UMA. In addition, she holds the position of senior lecturer in the Department of Economics, also at UMA. Her research interests include international economics, development economics, Islamic economics, along with international trade. Some of Dr. Dia's selected publications include revisiting the impact of Islamic finance on economic growth and decomposition analysis using Indonesia as testing ground. Also, dependence and sustainability is aggregated analysis of electricity generation in ASEAN countries and many more. So, Dr. Dia, the stage is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So this not about the master plan will cover a lot of things, like the governance, and then the strategy, and also stakeholder engagement. So it will cover the governance, the strategy, and stakeholder engagement. Next. So here, for the master plan, is in line and previously it's have like vision and missions. The vision is to establish Indonesia as a leading global halal tourism destination that promotes inclusively sustainability and economic transformation, aligned with the national goal of becoming a global halal hub or halal industry hub. So, what actually the visions? The visions of national halal tourism. First is to develop the competitive halal tourism destinations. So, I would love to know, because you are Indonesian also, maybe here we also have overseas student. One of the tourism destination in Indonesia that become very famous as um, the best tourism destinations. Do you know? Maybe I will give some. Do you have merchandise here? No. No. Maybe you can meet me after these sessions. I'll give you a little merchandise from economics time program. So, do you know the spot? Yeah, the halal tourism destination in Indonesia. Maybe you can raise hand. Yeah, no? Raise your hand. Okay, brother. Yes. No. Bromo. Halal tourism destination. Yeah. Okay, maybe. Okay, yeah. Bali. Halal tourism. No, still incorrect. Aceh? No. Mas Andi, no, ya. Lombok, yeah, yeah, thank you. What's your name? Yeah, maybe you can, yeah, you can meet me after this session, okay, yeah? So, here in Indonesia, I have very famous halal tourism destination in Lombok, yeah? Here, Mas Anggi is one of the warlock, yeah? From Lombok, yeah? Why Mas Anggi Lombok become halal tourism destinations in, yeah, very, yeah, the number one maybe in Indonesia? Why? Maybe, is there any microphone? Oh yeah, the name. Bill, yeah. Oh yeah. Actually, they one of the local people in West Bengal. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Congratulations. Yeah, from Lombok. Okay. Why Mas Anggi? Okay, why Lombok is one of the tourism countries in Indonesia, but you know, because we have a lot of provide tourism to come in Lombok. We have provide like the we have and we have a lot of platform of book and we have a lot of service in there is a policy yeah, governance. We have governance can be in Islamic we call it Islamic finance. Yeah, thank you, Mas Anggi. Marvelous, yeah, amazing, thank you. So here the missions yeah, of our national halal tourism is to develop yeah, the competitive halal tourism destination, yeah, likewise in Lombok, yeah, with high quality infrastructure and service, yeah, and then to ensure compliance, yeah, what Mas Ami say, yeah, compliance with the halal assurance standard, yeah, halal assurance standard across the tourism value chain, yeah, value chain, and then to empower the local communities. Yeah? So the halal tourism should support yeah, to the empowerment, yeah, the empowerment of local community, yeah, warlock, yeah, and also here the tourism industry actors to participate, yeah, in halal tourism growth. Yeah. And then another missions for National Halal Tourism Master Plan is to promote the sustainable and inclusive development through Islamic values and ethical tourism practice. Yeah? For example, in ethical tourism practice, we could not give like uh, the very higher price for the tourism that come to our country. Maybe okay, we assume that they don't know the price, and then we give the very higher price in above yeah above market price. That's is the example one of example of ethical yeah tourism practice, and also to engage yeah the in international collaboration yeah for benchmarking investment yeah and also global promotions. Next. And then halal tourism yeah in Indonesia yeah we hopefully to support yeah the SDGs yeah sustainable development goals. You know there are 17 pillars of SDG, and the SDG number 6 yeah decent work and economic growth yeah, and also SDG number 11 yeah sustainable cities and communities, and also SDG number 12 yeah responsible consumption and production. What do we call as the responsible consumption, responsible consumption and production? And we should also aware, yeah, with the environment, yeah. It is one of the characteristics, yeah, of responsible consumption and productions. We produce, for example, food, beverage, we produce merchandise, yeah, but we should still aware with environment, yeah. We cannot throw the rubbish, yeah, everywhere when we produce the food and beverages, and also if we consume the food and beverages in the tourism spot, yeah, tourism destination, we could not throw the rubbish, yeah, everywhere. Yeah, we should put it in the rubbish bin. Yeah. This is one of the example of the characteristic of the responsible consumption. And then the second is to promote Indonesia's image as responsible, ethical, and inclusive tourism destination. And then the last, yeah, reflect Indonesia's global participation in shaping the future halal economy. Next. Okay, actually for the master plan, yeah, the National Halal Tourism Master Plan here is also aligned, yeah, aligned with Indonesian Halal Product and Industry Master Plan, like KNEKS, yeah. Uh, KNEKS is one of the committee that are very concerned with the halal finance, yeah, halal industry, yeah. And here, because aligned with Indonesian Halal Product and Industry Master Plan. Yeah. Here, the Indonesian Halal Product and Industry Master Plan, they have a tagline. What is the tagline? Halal industry for sustainable economy. Yeah. What is the sustainable? Yeah. Sustainable here, it means that we should serve, yeah, our resource today, yeah, for the future generations. Yeah, that is sustainability, sustainable. We cannot, use or overuse, yeah, or exploit it, yeah, our resource only for today, yeah, but we should serve it to our next generations. This is one of the meaning of the sustainability, sustainable. Here, because the tourism, halal tourism master plan is also aligned with Indonesian halal product and industry master plan, then it consists of four pillars. Yeah, the pillars is governance. Yeah, here governance should be should be a clear rules of the government, and then should be the rule and regulation for certifications, yeah, halal certification. Here in Indonesia, we have BPJPH. BPJPH is the committee that they have a rule and regulation in halal certification, yeah, certification, and we have a synergy with the BPJPH. And then infrastructure of halal tourism. For example, the destination upgrades, the halal facilities, yeah, the place to us to uh, pray over like praying room, yeah, praying room. This is a halal facilities. The halal, for example, halal accommodations, yeah, and kita, and then human capital. Yeah, the third pillar is human capital. The training for halal tourism service. And then the last is branding. What is branding? Branding here is the global campaign, yeah, and also cluster identity. Yeah, we should branding our tourism destinations, our halal tourism destination. Like what Lombok, yeah, do they make a branding, yeah, the branding of the halal tourism master plan. Sorry, the branding of halal tourism, not only national branding but internationally. Yeah. Okay, next. So here, the master plan of product and industry, yeah, of halal product and industry. Yeah, there is a strategy. Yeah, what is the strategy that in line with the halal tourism? First is strengthening halal ecosystem governance. So what is the applications here to halal tourism? First is establishing clear institutional rules, regulatory clarity, the clarity of regulatory, and halal certification mechanism for tourism service. So here we should have the certifications, yeah, of the tourism service, so as this could strengthening, yeah, the halal ecosystem governance in our halal tourism. And the second, the strategy is developing halal industry infrastructure. Yeah. What is the application to halal tourism here? Is building and upgrading tourism infrastructure in line with halal lifestyle needs. For example, prayer space, yeah, the halal restaurant that they didn't provide the liquor, yeah, or the alcoholic drinks. Yeah, this is what a halal restaurant, and then they didn't serve the swine, yeah, the haram meals. They only serve the halal food, yeah, and also hotel that strictly adhere or compliance with the Sharia rule. Yeah, if you go to the Sharia hotel, yeah, you should have like marriage certificate. Maybe they will ask you, yeah, do you have if you bring your couple, yeah, maybe yeah, they will ask you, do you have a marriage certificate, for example? Usually, my husband, if I want to go to somewhere, and my husband say that please bring our marriage certificate. Yeah, sometimes we, we'll sleep over in the Sharia hotel. They will ask about it. Yeah, and then improving human capital and entrepreneurship. So here, entrepreneurship, here, improving the human capital and how it applied on the halal tourism. So here, there should be a training for halal tourism operator, yeah, for eco guide operator, for example, for guide, yeah, and also small medium enterprises, yeah, and they should develop the Sharia compliance tour package, for example. Yeah. So tour package here with the Sharia compliance, they will adhere on the prior time, for example. Yeah. Trying to ask us to, for example, if there is a pregnant of food, that they will stop the bus and then bring all tourists to go to the masjid, for example. There is a as well as the operate the developing to compliance, yeah, the Sharia rule, yeah, and then strengthening branding and promotion, enhancing Indonesia international image as a halal friendly destination, yeah, through campaign, international fairs, and also digital platform. Nowadays, yeah, not only it should be massive, yeah. We should also use the digital platform, and maybe there will, like if we want to um, promote, yeah, our tour package, uh, the people, yeah, we should have digital platform, yeah, Instagram, maybe, yeah, Facebook or TikTok. Yeah, in Indonesia we use that kind of digital platform, and maybe we should have a very wonderful website and very informative. So the tourists could access our information through the website. Yeah, for example, for tour package. Yeah, and this will also attract, yeah, people to come to our tourism destination. Um, and then align with the seven, yeah, the product and industry, yeah, halal product in the industry master plan, priority project. We have here the application of halal tourism. Yeah, here we have three periods, yeah, or step two implementations. Yeah. First in 2023 to 2024, yeah, 1 year, previous 1 year, yeah, regulatory and infrastructure foundation. So at the first time, we should have infrastructure to be strong, yeah, like the regulatory should be stronger, yeah. What is the strategic action here? Yeah. The strategic action is national halal tourism standardization and also mapping and certifying the halal destination. And also, we here launching the pilot halal tourism zones. There should be any pilot project, pilot testing for the tourism zone. And then the second, in 2025 to 2026, here we have empowerment and ecosystem building. Yeah. Here we should empower the local community, yeah, the SME empowerment in halal tourism supply chain. For example, we collaborate with the SME here to supply the merchandise and to supply the, for example, the food or restaurant in the surrounding halal tourism destinations. Yeah. So here we include or yeah, we collaborate with SME, yeah, for SME, small medium enterprise empowerment in halal tourism supply chain. And then training and also certification for guide and hotel staff, and also halal culinary and local heritage integrations. And the last year in 2027 till 2029 year, we have internalization and integration. For example, here we have a collaboration or yeah, cooperation with Muslim-friendly countries. Yeah. For example, we have bilateral agreement for Muslim-friendly tourism like Turkey, yeah, maybe Brunei Darussalam, and here as a Muslim majority, yeah, we have the organization, the internet organization that called OIC. Do you know what the OIC stand for? OIC, Organization Islamic and Islamic Cooperations. It consists of 57 yeah, countries in the world. They become the OIC member because they have Muslim majority. Yeah, they are not Islamic state, but they Muslim majority. That's why uh, they become the OIC countries. Yeah, become a member of the OIC countries. And then integration with the global Muslim travel network. For example, Crescent Writing and then GMTI. This is one of the Muslim travel network. And then Squad Halal Tourism Technology Deployment. Okay, this is 7 priority project, yeah, overview. So first is about infrastructure development, which is very important, and then regulatory strengthening, how to regulate the halal tourism become very important point here, and then industry player empowerment, yeah, SME, small medium enterprises, and then the governments, yeah, and also international collaborations, yeah, international collaborations, halal-friendly tourism development, strengthening the halal value chain, very important in this priority, and then enhancing halal product assurance. It is very critical point because if the people is they have a guarantee that we have the product that have a halal assurance, we will get the trust, yeah, for the visitors or for the tourists. Next. Okay, this is actually similar with the priority project, and then this is the application and also the key initiative that might be do. Yeah, he like for infrastructure development. It is important to develop halal certified facilities, like public amenities, tourism site, for example, private facilities, yeah, F&B outlets, food and beverages outlet, ablution, yeah, that is friendly with the, for example, for the old people, yeah, the ablutions, friendly rest area, and also at major destination, and then upgrading the transport, and also logistic hub to meet Muslim travelers. And for regulatory, yeah, we should develop. Should be a development of halal tourism standard, yeah, and compliance system, like national halal tourist certification scheme, the guideline for hotel, restaurant, and tour operators. Um, when I even read, yeah, the halal, what we call it. There is a brochure, and then there is a guideline for the Muslim traveler. When you go to, for example, in Thailand, yeah, in Japan, yeah, for example, yeah, there is a brochure, yeah, that become the guideline for the tourists, yeah, or visitor if they want to have if they want to visit the country. And then here we have the BJPH, is like a committee that deal with the certification. Yeah, we have the integration with BJPH and also comply with international standard. And then industry player empowerment. For example, here we strengthening the capacity of tourism SMSE and also operator. We have training for halal service standard, incentive and access for halal financing, etc. Here, the international collaboration that I mentioned before, we have a cooperation with the OIC, yeah, OIC, and Global Muslim Travel Networks. We have MOU, for example, yeah, MOU with the Crescent Railing, the NCI, and then cross-border halal tourism package. Yeah. For example, here we have Indonesia and Malaysia. Joint promotions in halal tourism expos. Yeah, this has become a very nice collaboration. Nice, yeah. Mas Andi usually say nice, yeah. It become a nice, yeah, collaboration, yeah, joint promotions in halal tourism expos. We have a collaboration. So this is something that possible to do. Yeah, the joint promotion with Turkey, yeah, with Malaysia, with Brunei. Yeah, maybe we should have the joint promotion. Yeah, brother. Yeah, from Malaysia, sister. Yeah, joint promotion in halal tourism expos, and also halal friendly tourism development. Yeah, development of destination branding and thematic. Yeah, halal tourism. In Indonesia, we have thematic tourism. Like if halal, maybe like for example, the thematic is like the river, yeah, river tourism destinations, yeah, water, yeah, related to water, yeah, river, for example, yeah, the waterfall, yeah, this is thematic, yeah. If we go to the philosophy of Muslim, how we have the concept of the tadabur, yeah, tadabur alam, yeah, we go to the nature, yeah, and we can see the creature, yeah, the creature, the natures, yeah, and we remember the creator is the God, yeah. This is kind of the thematic halal tourism, yeah. And then launch the national halal tourism cluster. Yeah, what is the cluster here? Lombok, yeah, Aceh, yeah, West Sumatra, yeah, and here Lombok is very famous, and yeah, as what our friend said, yeah, Mas Andi said, Lombok is also not only famous in national um, destination, national tourism destination in Indonesia, but also internationally well known. Yeah. And then strengthening the halal value chains. Here, integrating upstream and downstream halal product into the tourism economy. We promote the halal small medium enterprise product like souvenirs, snacks, yeah, and also enable regional halal family chains, agro, for example, the productions of agricultural production, agricultural product, yeah, craft. Yeah. We have here a lot of craft in Indonesia, and eco-print, yeah, eco-print is also halal and toyib, yeah, because eco-print is come from the nature, from the leaf, and then how to make it, yeah, the eco-print is we try, yeah, not to have not to use the chemical, yeah, materials, for example. So it means that be aware to the natural conservations. Yeah, we use the leaves, yeah, as the media of the craft, yeah, and then we didn't use any chemical materials. Yeah, means here also we support the sustainability, yeah, for the environment. And then the link halal tourism with the halal lifestyle sectors. Yeah. Next. So this is the 11. This is 11. The 11 key program. Yeah, adapted from the halal tourism. Yeah, halal destination certification system, and then tourism infrastructure, halal tourism human capital. So this is the key is certification, infrastructure, human capital, yeah, and then culinary, yeah, halal culinary, halal tourism financing, yeah, like we should have now the peer-to-peer lending, yeah, to finance, for example, to finance the halal tourism, yeah, P2P lending, yeah, but not pinjol, yeah. But what about pinjol and peer-to-peer lending? Do you know what is the difference between them? Maybe actually it's a bit similar, but here peer-to-peer lending is also become the alternative, yeah, for halal tourism financing, yeah, and also another financing from banking, yeah, banking system from bank, yeah, to become the alternative of the halal tourism financing, and also investment platform, inclusive tourism with the local wisdom. Yeah. For example, Yogyakarta. What is the local wisdom of Yogyakarta? Because you are, how many years you stay in Jogja? Yeah, the local wisdom of Yogyakarta? Five now, five you are warga Jogja. What is the local wisdom of Yogyakarta?
Nah, bingung.
Is bingung. Kraton. Oh, kraton. What about batik? Batik is also local wisdom. Yeah. In Malaysia also have batik, yeah, and also have keris, yeah. Local wisdom, yeah, something that very close to the culture, yeah. And then halal travel platform and marketplace. Yeah, we have here so many. Yeah, we shopping with the online, yeah, online marketplace. So here halal travel platform and marketplace also should be designed, yeah, so it will be friendly, yeah, for the people to access. Yeah. For example, we want to travel to Yogyakarta, yeah, and we can simply click to Shopee, yeah, for example, yeah. For example, or what? Oh, sorry, Traveloka, yeah, Traveloka. Maybe we want to go to Jogja by aeroplane, yeah. Then you should book the airplane with Traveloka, for example. And then Halal Tourism Research and Innovation Center. Yeah, this is how we develop, yeah, the halal tourism through the R&D, research and development, research and innovation, and then global promotion campaign. Here, the global promotion campaign, we have tagline of Experience Halal Indonesia. So as I will show you what is the experience halal Indonesia. Yeah? And then multi-sector collaborations. Yeah? We already know the BPPH, KMEKS is the committee in Indonesia that also support about the halal, finance, halal tourism, halal industry, and the National Halal Tourism Festival Awards. Next. I think I can skip 10 minutes. Okay, go to page 4. So to develop the halal master plan, halal tourism master plan, we should have indicator here to monitor and evaluate the framework to know whether our master plan is successful or not. Should have the baseline. Also, we have a target. Here, the indicator is halal certified destination. For example, here the baseline in 2023 is less than 10. Yeah. So the target in 2029 is 100 plus. Yeah. So if it's achieved in 2029 with 100 plus, it means that this national halal tourism master plan is successful. And then halal certified tourism operator, in 2023 we have baseline with 50, target in 2029 is 500 plus, and then more than 500. Muslim tourism arrival now 2023 is 2 million. The target in 2029 it should be 5 million, more than 5. And then halal tourism GDP contribution, 1.5% in 2023. The target in 2029 will be more than 3%. And the last, the Global Halal Tourism Index, GMTI index, we got 2023 in the fourth place. Hopefully in 2029 become top 3. This is the our hope. Okay. Next, the strategic goals. By 2029, Indonesia aspires to be recognized among the top 3 global halal tourism destinations, alongside countries like Malaysia, Saudi Arabia, and UAE. This vision anchored on Indonesian natural and cultural richness. We have so many natural and also cultural richness, the over unmatched diversity for Muslim-friendly travel, and then the strong government commitments and reflecting the master plan of product and in halal product and industry, Indonesian halal product and industry, 2020-2009, and then strategic investment also in infrastructure, and we have here the master plan aligned with the global Muslim travel standards such as Present Rating and also the Global Muslim Travel Index or GMTI. Okay. Next, Indonesia is a top 3 halal tourism destination by 2029. Achieving this position, hopefully, will enhance Indonesia international competitiveness, create millions of jobs in tourism and also the creative economy sector, and stimulate inclusive economic growth rooted in Islamic value and sustainability. So I will give you something that may be different here. Call for action, experience halal Indonesia. A national and global invitation to explore the richness of halal lifestyle experiences in Indonesia. So what does it mean? So here, experience halal Indonesia is more than a slogan. It's a call for first, tourists to discover destination that respect your faith and value, from halal food and prayer facilities to modest fashion and spiritual heritage. And then the second, industry players innovate and lead in delivering certificate, ethical and high quality Muslim friendly service And the number three, yeah, local communities participate in shaping a halal ecosystem roots in the local culture and global standard. And the last is investors and partners join Indonesia in the building future of ethical, sustainable, and inclusive tourism. Okay, and then the last page 18 and page 17. So the strategy use unifying brand formational campaign and destination marketing, thematic identity for tourism expos, digital portal, digital platform, global fairs, integration across hospitality, transport, fashion, sport, and wellness experience, and the last towards 2029, hopefully, Indonesia become as top three halal tourism destination by the halal tourism master plan. Yeah. So by positioning itself as a leader in halal tourism, Indonesia is not just building a sector; it's crafting a global narrative of ethical travel, cultural richness, and inclusive growth. And the call to actions, the experience halal Indonesia. Like the word experience halal Indonesia, where faith meets hospitality and tradition meet sustainability. I think that's all. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Dr. Diabetes, for your detailed and enlightening presentation. It is truly inspiring to see how Indonesia's approach to halal tourism blends history, also its strategic planning, innovation, and sustainability in such a powerful manner. This initiative is a powerful example of how values-based tourism can drive inclusive and sustainable economic development. So before we head to the Q&A session, let me take a moment to repeat the key highlights of what we have just covered. So the National Halal Tourism Master Plan from 2023 until 2029, it aims to establish Indonesia as a leading global destination for halal tourism. It also aims to promote inclusivity, sustainability, and economic growth aligned with the national halal industry goals. The mission includes developing competitive halal tourism destinations with quality infrastructure, ensuring halal standards compliance, empowering local communities, and fostering international collaboration. This plan also supports three global sustainable development goals, SDGs, such as decent work, sustainable cities, and responsible consumption. It also emphasizes strengthening the halal tourism value chain, enhancing human capital, and promoting halal culinary and tourism services. Key priority projects include a halal destination certification system, infrastructure development, and a global promotional campaign under the slogan Experience Halal Indonesia. The country aims to recognize among the top three halal tourism destinations by 2029, alongside nations like Malaysia, Saudi Arabia, contributing to inclusive economic growth and creating millions of jobs in the tourism and creative sectors. So now we will move on to the Q&A.
Not only smartly, I will show you the beauty of Indonesia. Tourism is one of the most important and fast expanding sectors of the world economy, and within this global business is a growing niche, halal travel. The Muslim market spend on travel is estimated to grow from $142 billion in 2014 to $233 billion in 2020. Certification is definitely a challenge.
Currently, we use this term, halal tourism, because we need a term to sort of put everything together.
Although we are still travelers, we still want to have a good time, we want to have a good clean fun. This program looks at the potential business proposition of halal tourism within the wider travel sector.
So now we will move on to the Q&A session. Please feel free to ask if you have any question for Dr. Dian.
digabung.
Hello and Assalamualaikum everyone. First of all, my name is Muhammad Abdul Aiman. You guys can call me Abi or Aiman. I'm from University Science Islam Malaysia. So from Malaysia. So this is my answers about the answer. Sorry. Maybe I'm a little bit nervous. My question.
It's
You got
okay.
okay? Okay, my question is, how do global geopolitical issues like Islamophobia or maybe visa restrictions affect the growth of halal tourism markets?
Nice.
Okay, I think that's all. Thank you.
Itu Nires, Nires. Aiman. Berdiri, Aiman.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Aiman. I am from University Malaysia Terengganu from Malaysia. So my question is, Selain Lombok is one of the main driver of highland tourism in Indonesia. What will be the impact if a disaster like earthquake occur there again? How can the government strengthen the resilient and future development of highland tourism in such situation? That's my question.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. Nama saya Jadis dari Universiti Utara Malaysia. Okey, soalan saya, Lombok kan yang seperti yang dibagi tahu tadi adalah halal tourism utama kan. Jadi negeri mana yang ada potensial untuk jadi halal tourism itu dan bagaimana untuk apa tindakan yang boleh dilakukan untuk menjadikan sesuatu tempat itu halal tourism yang utama seperti Lombok. Itu saja.
So first, from Aiman, Aiman from University Science Islam Malaysia. Same. Thank you very much for the question, for the answer. Thank you. So your question here is how do global political issue of Islamophobia affect halal tourism market? So actually, I agree with you. The global political issues of Islamophobia, yes, significantly affect the halal tourism market, in several direct or indirect ways, for example, the issue of terrorism maybe, after the 9/11 tragedy. So it's like gives the like Islamophobia become very strong. So here is the impact. Yeah. The impact is like perception and destination choice. Yeah. If there is a Islamophobia, yeah, this will affect on the perception and destination choice. So here, Islamophobia, yeah, this will often shapes how Muslim tourists perceive the destination, yeah, especially in Western or non-Western Muslim majority countries. For example, if a country perceive the hostile of discriminatory toward Muslim, yeah, due to hijab bans, racial profiling, hate crimes, or anti-Muslim rhetoric, and Islamophobia. Uh, and then we have like, for example, in my opinion, we should have like the promote the Muslim friendly destination. For example, we should show, yeah, the experience of halal. Halal is very beautiful. For example, it's also healthy, yeah, and then halal is contain the quality, yeah, the quality. This could, like, for example, um, give the direction to the something that better. For example, they talk that, okay, Islamophobia is bad, yeah, for example, but we can show another beauty of Islam, yeah, another beauty of Islam, that Islam is have a halal food that is healthy, yeah. If Islam also teach us to give to smile, yeah, to everybody, yeah, to smile, to kind with the non-Muslim, yeah. This is become like also dakwah, yeah, to bring to the goodness. We will draw from Islamophobia to something that to beauty of Islam, yeah. This is one of um, the strategies, yeah, how to give the alternative if they are afraid of Muslim. Yeah, we will show the beauty of Muslim. Yeah. And then here there is a consequence, yeah, of the Islamophobia, for example, for halal tourism. First is the demand shift. Yeah. The demand is shift to Muslim friendly destination, yeah, like to Malaysia, UAE, and then it's also have an impact on the loss of revenue. The loss of revenue potentially located market like Europe, yeah, Europe and North America, yeah, because at that time the tragedy of 9/11 also very heavily the impact on the Islamophobia, yeah, and then also um, it's also impact on safety and security concern, yeah? Safety and security concern. For example, Islamophobia incident, yeah? Like travel bans, and also the consequence for halal tourism is preference for destination with a clear anti-discrimination policies, yeah? The growth in intra-OIC tourism, yeah, where safety and acceptance are assumed. So here we for example, because we are in the OIC, yeah, countries here, we promote, yeah, the safety safety concern. If you come to our country, in OIC countries, yeah, we will promote the safety and security. Yeah. This is also the strategy to avoid the effect of Islamophobia. And then also branding and market positioning. Yeah. Um, Here also the consequence of Islamophobia here, missed opportunity for inclusive branding, and then how tourism remain underdeveloped is potentially high value market like Japan, South Korea, and also the part of Europe. yeah, because of Islamophobia. And then the second, the conclusion here, Islamophobia become the constraint and also potential harm of halal tourism market. Why? Because this will affect on demand side, yeah, affecting the demand, and then this will also affect on the safety perception, yeah, safety perception, and then also the branding. That is my question. So Islamophobia actually is very harmful, yeah. Especially it will impact on the demand side, yeah, and then safety perception, yeah, rather, and also for the destination branding, the branding of the halal foods. Hopefully it could answer your questions. And then for Lombok, yeah, Lombok from brother Iman. Yeah, I forgot from university. Uh, Malaysia, Terengganu, yeah, University Malaysia Terengganu. So you asked me that if Lombok is the first, the halal destination, first, the number one, yeah, number one halal destinations in Indonesia, yeah, number four, yeah, in international. Yeah. When it gets earthquake, yeah, yeah, before Lombok has a very strong earthquake, and then what about it happening again, yeah? In the future. Yeah. We know that natural disaster is have a cycles. Yeah. Likewise, COVID-19 pandemics, yeah, is also a cycles like 100 years, 100 years we will suffer the pandemics. Yeah. So here, natural disaster could not avoid by any country, any halal destinations. So when the Lombok, yeah, uh, got the earthquake, how the government could deal with this, yeah, with this problem. So in Indonesia, at the first officially recognized as halal tourism destinations, will suffer a major earthquake disaster. Then the government response must strategically balance disaster recovery. For example, with preservations and right travel of halal tourism appeal. So here, the government should have a very fast, yeah, disaster recovery, yeah, and then here the government typically and ideally should deal with the such of crisis. For example, there's some step here. First, immediate disaster response and humanitarian relief. Yeah, we should do because when the earthquake comes, yeah, not only the infrastructure is gone, yes, is everywhere has a disaster, but as human beings, yeah, there should be relief from stress. So the strategy is immediate disaster response and humanitarian relief. That is the first step. What is the goal of this? The goal is for save lives and stabilize the effect of the region the disaster, the earthquake disaster. So here, several action of the government. For example, here deploy the Indonesian National Disaster Management Agency. Yeah, we have this Indonesian National Disaster Agency, and also we provide shelter, food, yeah, medical aid, and also sanitation. It's also important. And then we coordinate with military, yeah, to evacuate, yeah, and secure the victim, the people. Okay. And then we also should leveraging international solidarity of Muslim network. For example, we invite people to give the donations. Maybe invite the Muslim NGO, yeah, that is a member of OIC countries, and also travel alias. And then the last questions, yeah, from Brother Dennis, yeah, Brother Dennis asked about if, yeah, Lombok is one of the number one destination in Indonesia, and what is the another alternative of the halal tourism in Indonesia is Aceh, yeah, and then Sumatra in Sumatra Utara, yeah, North Sumatra, there is also a lot of halal tourism spot there, and how to make how to develop, yeah, the halal destinations, another halal destinations. First is building the infrastructure. The prayer facility should be enough, yeah. For example, there is a masjid or musola, yeah, and then a hotel, and then shopping center, and then how to integrate the prayer time with the halal tourism package, and then the halal culinaire, and also the certified halal culinaire. This is also should provide profit in the tourism that wants to support the halal tourism destinations, and then the accommodation that Muslim friendly, yeah, Muslim friendly accommodation like hotel Syariah, yeah, Syariah hotel, and also the service, the tourism service should adhere with the Islamic value, yeah, Islamic value. For example, in the tourism package, we should include the religious type, yeah, or also the history of Islam, like Pangeran Diponegoro, yeah, there is a one of the hero, yeah, Islamic hero in Jawa. We have in Yogyakarta Gua Selarong, yeah. We can also sell this kind of the Muslim history, yeah. And then the support of the government support is also very important. Thank you. I think that's all. Okay.
Can we have a round of applause for India? Thank you once again, Dr. Diabetes Kusuma, for your insightful presentation on the National Halal Tourism Master Plan and for addressing our question with such expertise. And to all participants, thank you for your active engagement and thoughtful questions. I know all of you are tired, but please don't just go away yet as we move to our next and the last session. So the third session will be presented by Dr. Dimas Bagus Wiranata, who will be presenting on promoting surveillance mechanism for risk management in the banking sector. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Dimas Bagus Wiranata. So let me introduce Dr. Dimas briefly. Dr. Dimas Bagus Wiranata holds a bachelor's degree in economics from Airlangga University, Surabaya, a master's degree in economics from the International Islamic University, Malaysia, and a PhD degree in economics from the International Islamic University of Malaysia. He is currently serving as the head of the reputation and global at Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. He is also a senior lecturer at Faculty of Economics and Business, Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. Previously, he has also served as the director of the International Program for Islamic Economics and Finance, Department of Economics at Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. His research interests include microeconomics, banking and finance, monetary economics, international economics, and risk management. So please, Dr. Dimas, the floor is yours to share your insightful presentation.
Baik, terima kasih Dr. Fahrikan ya. Oke, teman-teman sekalian, saya tahu Anda lelah sekali hari ini ya. Saya lihat wajah-wajahnya ini Aiman ya, Zul ya, Muhammad ya, nampaknya sudah mau tidur saja ya. Ya, apalagi siapa namanya? Arundaya tadi belakang bolak-balik kayak ngantuk ya. Jadi nampaknya Anda lelah. Karena lelah, mungkin saya tidak lama-lama, maksimum 10 menit ya. Satu Brother Kamsidin ya. 10 minutes only Kamsidin ya. Please keep your spirit up ya. Don't sleepy ya, Kamsidin ya. Okay, my discussion is not quite interesting, yeah, but very important, yeah, about Islamic banking development and direction and future prospects. Lanjut, Pastor Pak. Yeah. Okay, next one. Lanjut, next one. Yeah. Okay, so shortly, yeah, Indonesia right now, by the way, look like Malaysia, yeah, in terms of Islamic banking development is growing up right now, yeah. But compared to Malaysia, we are still lacking in terms of the asset share right now. In Malaysia, if I'm mistaken, Brother Aiman, we have already had around more than 20% of your total asset in Islamic bank compared to conventional bank balance. But in Indonesia, only 7.5%. Yeah. And in fact, right now, Malaysia, the majority of Muslim, yeah, in Malaysia only 55%, yeah, out of 32 million people, yeah. Indonesia right now we have 85% out of 250 million person, yeah. So I think all of you here, I don't sure if you have already the Islamic account, yeah. Maybe some of you still not have, yeah. Please become the customer Islamic bank soon, yeah, so that we can increase the numbers. Next one, brother. Yeah. So our starting of the point, I think this has presented about the halal economy. In the case of Indonesia, basically, we just started our Islamic banking development once the Islamization movement is going on. Yeah. So even though we are a Muslim society, but in terms of Islamic movement, we are still starting maybe in 1965, perhaps. Yeah, more or less. Yeah. And the next one, yeah. So history here, our Islamic finance, Islamic banking and finance started in 1990s. Yeah, when the ISMI established. Yeah, ISMI, Ikatan Penjualan Muda Indonesia, Muslim Indonesia. Yeah, and in 1990, our former president B.J. Habibie is the first ISMI, yeah, the cendekiawan scholars of Indonesia, yeah, started to have the Islamic Islamic movement in 1990. Therefore, if you notice, our Islamic banking first established in 1992. Yeah, 9 years after the Malaysia. Yeah, Malaysia established your first Islamic bank, Bank Muamalat Malaysia, in 1980s. And after that, we have International Islamic University Malaysia in 1981. Yeah, my university, that is the university. So because your Islamization process has been longer away from us, yeah, it is proof then Malaysia has tabung haji in 1960s. Yeah, tabung haji, yeah, it's the most best practices haji management in the world. I don't know, yeah. Even though the waiting period of the Hajj in Malaysia almost 100 years, yeah, betul ya, 100 tahun atau 50 tahun masa tunggunya haji, ya. Okay, next one. Baik. Itu ya, 1990, ya. Next one. Apa? This one the first establishment Islamic banks in 1991, ya, 1991. And we just have the Bank Muamalat Malaysia Indonesia (BMI) in 1991. Yeah, next one, and this one here, I said to you before, based on the last data, yeah, in 2025, the share Islamic Bank, the asset accumulation, the Islamic Bank, 7.5%. Yeah, so it means that maybe around 90+%. Rather than less, still conventional banks. So why it happened? I think one question in case. Yeah, why it happens? Next one. So I just want to compare between the asset of Islamic and conventional banks, yeah, with the industry. Yeah. So if you see here, yeah, just comparing here. Sorry for not sitting there. Yeah. You see here, BSI asset growth on this the BSI, yeah, but compared to the industry. Yeah. So industry here, based on the asset growth, only 7%, yeah, in terms of industry asset growth. So that means that it's not fast, only 7% growing year by year. Not significant, not above 10%, below 10%. Therefore, the asset accumulation is only 7.5%. Because the growth is less than 10%. And next one, the NPF, we have good performance. Yeah, I think BSI here, I once still working there, not working internship. Yeah, also the NPF or the BSI compared to the industry also going down. Yeah, so that means that the bank performance, Islamic bank performance in Indonesia, inshallah well, going well. Yeah, and here is the another fact, LDR, intermediation processes. So you see the intermediation here, yeah, closer to the 100% here. Yeah, the closer to the 100, and here is closer to the 80%. It does mean that if you save the money 1,000, the bank distribute to the financing maybe 90%. Yeah, so this one means that Islamic bank very expensive, yeah, for the intermediation. Next. So this one also another facts, yeah. Profitability here only 7%, yeah, not that good actually, than 7%. And the car here quite good. The car. It means that our capital buffer in the bank is quite high. Yeah. Next one. Yeah, next one. Here another comparison between the asset, yeah, asset, third party fund and financing, yeah, Sharia and national bank, yeah. So the Sharia here, the asset in the Sharia, yeah, 7%, yeah, 7%. And here is the here only 7% here, yeah, and then the third party fund only 7%, and financing only 8% in terms of the banking market share. So it means that our share is above, this is below 10%. Below 10%. So it means that we are still open very broad size, yeah, to grow, yeah, for the bank, Islamic bank. Next one, next one lagi. Now, this one is the answer. Why our customers in Islamic bank, Brother Zidan, yeah, is quite low. Yeah. So we see from the behavior of the customers, yeah, in the comparison between the 2014 and 2024, yeah, you see the behavior categories of the customers, yeah. So you see that is, yeah, in the 2014, yeah, rationalists, yeah, from 20% to 30%. It means that the level of understanding among Indonesians is growing well. We are more rational. Yeah, that Islamic bank is good like that. And second one is universalist. Yeah, here also growing. Yeah, from the 25 to 30%. It means that they can feel the benefit of Islamic banks compared to conventional bank, but only 4% difference. Yeah. And next one here, apatis. Apatis here means quite. If they found that Islamic bank is much more lower in terms of the return, they will move to the conventional one. Yeah, this one called apatis. They are very sensitive to the pricing. So if BSI has 10% margin, the Mandiri conventional bank they have maybe 20%, for example. So Faiz will move to the Mandiri. Yeah. So this one called apatis. Yeah. So they are very sensitive to the price change. And next one is the conformist. This one is the loyalist person. Only 20 to 29%. So overall here, yeah, this is the improved competitiveness of Islamic banking product, but in terms of the assets still low. Why? Because maybe the one that save the money in the bank is the retail persons. Retail person, just maybe 1,000, 2,000, not big, yeah, big investors. Like in Malaysia, why Malaysia has very big size? Because you have the government lease companies, yeah, GLC. So your GLC was assigned by the Prime Minister, for example, to put the money in Islamic bank. Yeah, therefore your share, yeah, very higher. But here, there's no any obligation from the GLC to put the money in the bank. Yeah. So therefore, really from the grassroots movement. Yeah. Next one, ada apa? Sudah submit ya. So this one is the support from the central bank, yeah, from the foreign policies. And next one lagi, next one. Yeah, this one is we have to back to our nature. The Islamic bank, Brother Beller and others, must be rooted with the Islamic small medium enterprises institutions. It means that Islamic Bank must focus on the financing of SMEs, yeah, the financial inclusion, yeah. Next one, Dafa. And also must be part of the alleviation, yeah. So how you can link and match between the needy and also the financing. Yeah. Therefore, in the context of Islamic financial, we have BMP, the Rumah Tabli, yeah. I think you took the next subject as a system, you will learn over the BMP. And then here is the fostering sustainable development. So it means that Islamic Bank only just giving the money, but also ensuring that the money must be inclusive to the social development process. Next one. This one is the sync national crisis, for sure, and enhancing resilience. Resilience means ability to the Islamic Bank to absorb the shock, at the same time also they remain facilitating financial services. Yeah, and we have learned how to measure the resilience. Yeah. And next one. Next one, challenges. This one, so we have to strengthen our positioning by government intervention. There's no way. If the government doesn't support, then we will have lower numbers of size. And then one is customer perception and trust issues. So all of you here, that you declare yourself to the Muslims, I think it's better for you to have Islamic bank account. Yeah, even though I have optional one, but we have to diversify our account to Islamic bank. I think Brother Muhammad, you have Islamic account in Malaysia? Yeah, so if you have this one, it means that you share 1%, yeah, to be the asset market price, yeah. Arudaya sudah punya Arudaya? Sudah punya ya, bahkan sudah beli 3 ya, 3 Islamic bank account ya. Ya. Satu dari mana dan satu dari mana ya, dari Sumbe. Lanjut. Ya, customer compliant concern. Yeah, this one also the concern of us. And the next one is evolving regulation. It means that we have to improve regulation so that it can fulfill the need of the society. Yeah, the need, impactful financing, impactful funding, not just the same behavior with the conventional one. Next one. Yeah, digital transformation. So we have to include and integrate with the digitalization. Yeah. The Islamic bank must also be convenient, must be easy, yeah, also be friendly. Yeah. In the end, the customer feel easy, yeah, to engage with Islamic bank. Next one. Next one. This one we have to deal with the growth. Yeah. Demand for ethical investment. Ethical means there is no any negotiation with the thing that not comply with the Sharia. Yeah. Even though we know that there is the percentage of tolerance, yeah, for example, the Islamic capital market cost, I said to you that there's 5% for the non-halal, yeah, and 30% of the 33% is the maximum of the unlawful activities. Yeah. Even though still there, yeah, but we have to focus on ethical investment. Ethical means you have to concern with the main item investment. What is that? Value creation. Value creation. Value for values. So we have to improve our value, not only just the numbers. Yeah. Next one. Expanding product offering, yes, we have to make some products that can fill your needs, not only just musyarakah, mudarabah, but we have to be more creative. For example, right now we have suku baka, for example. We have also the green suku, for example. So we have to have more various product or offering products that can fit the need of the market as well. Next one is the strategy, partnership, and collaboration. So look like that we have right now the program. So we have the speakers from other part of the world. We have the speakers from industry, for example. So that one's the way how we make some collaboration with them, so that you can get some views. Yeah. Next one. Yeah, this one is another challenge, the vision. Yeah. How to make the financial literacy programs. I think your task is to be the duta. Yeah. For the envoy, yeah, to other society, how they can deal with Islamic bank or Islamic finance. So market expansion goal. So we have to break the rules, break the barriers from 10%. Because when I was young, like you, 30 years ago, the market price, the market size of the Islamic bank still below 10% for Arundaya. So last 20 years, still below 10%, and now still 10% below. So still seems to be stagnant. Yeah. So the question Namada is actually how to make the market expansion is maybe not just in the 10%, but beyond 10%. Yeah. Next one. Yeah. Terima kasih sudah. Ya, izin 15 menit. If you have some questions, maybe some comment feedbacks, we have maybe 5-10 minutes before the asar praying. Okay, I will back to Brother Fahim, please.
Thank you, Dr. Dimas, for your informative and short presentation on Islamic banking development in Indonesia, current trends, and future perspective. Before we open the Q&A session, allow me to summarize what Dr. Dimas has covered in this session, but I will be also very short. The presentation on Islamic banking in Indonesia highlights its steady growth, with Islamic Bank holding 7.5% of the market share as of February 2025. Government support, including policies and financial incentives, help boost the sector. Islamic banking plays a vital role in financing SMEs, promoting financial inclusion, and fostering sustainable development. So now we will begin our Q&A session. If you have any question, please feel free to ask Dr. Dimas.
Ada pertanyaan? Ada tambahan nilai dari saya? Ngambil kelas ya? Ada tambahan nilai? Oh, better.
Okay. That's a difficult one, sir. Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Bailajal, a full-time student at the International Program of Islamic Economics and Finance. So my question is, based on your presentation, it shows that the reason why the Islamic finance assets are not growing is based on human behavior. Maybe you said globalist, and you listed 4 indicators. So my question is, within these 4 indicators, we can see some of them are growing within the comparing from 2014 to 2024. Some are growing, some are still stagnant. So based on those 4 variables, who or which aspect do you think we should focus on so that we can increase the assets of Islamic finance based on the because we cannot satisfy all of them. So which one can we focus on? Thank you.
Is there anyone who would like to ask question? Maybe from this side? On the Malaysian one.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Din Farhad from University Malaysia Terengganu. Okay, so my question is, as presented by Dr. Dimas in this slide, the challenge is to make people trust in the banking, right? So, how about if people they want to trust the Islamic banking, but there are many of products from Islamic banking such as Mudarabah Musyarakah that they still don't believe that the Islamic banking have eliminated the riba, such as the process maybe not true, and maybe something wrong with the process. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
One more question. Dr. Dimas.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Zaidan from Iran. So since you were talking about the comparison between Malaysia and Indonesia, you said in Malaysia is 20%, the asset and Indonesia is 7%. Although in Indonesia is up to 95% of majority are Muslim. So how you are as Muslim leaders in Islamic banking, how are you willing to solve this kind of problem, the lacking of Muslim in Islamic banking? How are you willing to solve this kind of problems? What is the strategies to promote Islamic banking between Muslims in Indonesia? That's my question.
Anything else perhaps from the left side? Questions on the left side? sisters. So basically the question is you asked just now is very fundamental. Yeah, and seems to be could be the title of the thesis. Yeah, can be the title of the thesis, yeah, or dissertation perhaps. Yeah, because this is the outstanding challenges that face the Islamic bank. So the first question goes to Brother Beller, indicators. Yeah. We see that indicators is one of the way how to measure, yeah, the banking performances. And we find CAR, LDR, LOA, and so we have also the LOA, yeah, the other indicators. So what should be the important or the leading indicators we have to you are questioning Brother Beller? If if you ask like that, it is based on the methodological perspective. Yeah. So basically, the indicators that really important for Islamic bank is only funding and lending indicators. Yeah, funding and lending. So indicators that refers to the lending and funding. Funding here basically is LDR. LDR, loan to deposit ratio, or currency deposit ratio. And the funding here, lending is the NPM, non-performing financing. So those two basic indicators are quite important and proved by debit evidences. Yeah. If you have the higher LDR, it means that you are offer financing. If you have lower LDR, you have under financing. Yeah. So it will be impacting the NPM, the over financing or under financing. Yeah. But in reality, yeah, the bank face dilemma. Yeah, dilemma. So if you increase the FDR, you will increase the NPF. Yeah. But in the same time, you can also increase the LOR, the profitability. You see that now, Niraj, you understand? So you increase the size of the intermediaries, the risk is there, but the return maybe must be higher. Yeah, and the way around. So therefore, my approach to detect that condition is we have to look for the optimal balance. The optimal balance. So the thing that we discussed in the Islamic practices. So we measure what the optimal threshold for respective indicators. Yeah. So by knowing the respective indicators threshold, yeah, so you can see that what extent that indicators must be, yeah, in the mid of the level of threshold as well, level threshold. And the next one is when you have noticed that optimum threshold in respective indicators, so you then make the composite indicators. The composite indicator, you compose those indicators into single matrix indicators. So by that one, you can measure also the fluctuation of that indicators in a certain threshold. Yeah. So by that, also you can see if the one single metric or composite indicators is moving up. So what makes these indicators moving up? Yeah. For sure, it's based on the composite indicators, the composed indicators. So you have two composite indicators, then you can see which one that contribute to that movement, yeah, whether the LDR or the, for example, the FDR. But if you have those two, if you have 5, 6, 7, then you can see that you may say hit time. Yeah, I think better you have to be patient until 6 semesters. Let's to study on the next one, yeah, on the next 6 semester, yeah, about the residency semester. I think it's better here, taking my course, yeah, the usage student, they can also send you the exam. And the second question from the brother Muhammad al-Qas, yeah. So you see that the behavior of the customer or depositors in Indonesia can be divided into two. Brother Muhammad. The first is religious motive depositors behavior, and second one is rational or profitable motive behavior. Yeah. In the first year, the religious years, they ignore, yeah, the aspect of that one that you said about the riba, yeah, the perception about the riba and others, because they have been believed fully that Islamic Bank has been practicing the Islamic values. Yeah, before they are loyalists, even though there are so many issues coming on, but they are still loyal and can stick with that Islamic bank. But unfortunately, this one only small portion. We are only maybe 20 to 30%. But for those who are rational, rational depositors, almost 60 to 50%, so they are very rational when they have the issue of that, they will move to other institutions. If they feel the Islamic bank is not good, they will move to another institution. So this one is another issue. So therefore, to mitigate that kind of problem, Islamic bank must always be improving the level of literacy. So therefore, we have here some conferences, seminars, training. So you are given the literacy, what actually the practices Islamic bank. So this is the first. The second one is, to what extent the Islamic bank here can be giving the impact financing. The impact financing, only just the same financing as given by conventional banks. They have to be much more beyond the conventional perspective, professional financing. I may say that beyond financing, beyond funding, beyond banking. Therefore, right now we have so many titles. In case of Malaysia, we have PBR, value-based TBR, value-based intermediation. In the Bank Negara, established ideas of PBR, value-based intermediation. We have also ethical investment. We have also the idea of sustainable financing, sustainable finance. So those things also the way how to attract more attention. The Islamic bank not only just ordinary financing, ordinary bank, but it's beyond that. The impact is the impact to society. This one is another challenge, but I do agree with you. We have to settle with the trust issue. And the next one is about the strategy. Strategy is how to improve the asset size. My first strategy, perhaps for the Sudan, is right now the government has already established the KNPS, the Committee National Islamic Banks. This committee under the President of Indonesia. So this committee, responsibility for managing and accommodating and auditing Islamic finance institution in Indonesia. So the government has already had the motivation to establish that special force. But the problem is not only just that committee, but also what extent this committee can attract more funding, more financing, more trust, so more consideration, so that the investors, the depositors can be within the Islamic bank. This is another maybe the homework, And the second one, we have to understand that Islamic bank here not just in terms of numbers, it must be beyond the number because somehow numbers does not constitute the impact. So even though you are small, but you have to impact more, I think you are more successful than we have big but less impact. So like Singapore, perhaps we have small numbers, but we are in terms of the passport, perhaps we can be freely access to more than 100 countries. I mean that the concept of impact is much more important than the numbers or the method of market size. Yes, the ideal one is the size must be in line with the impact. But if you can use that, maybe the impact must be in the forefront compared to the size. But above that issue, why we are still 2.5? I guess I think we need some guidance from our religious leaders. Because Indonesia here 85% of the population investment. Perhaps our leaders of community here can be maybe socialized and give the examples. I think the followers actually join. But perhaps our leaders also to the process of mobilizing the followers perhaps. But if that's the condition, we can get the more market price housing because leaders here has given that example. And the second one, the government policy, regulation. So how if we maybe imitate Malaysia best practice, for example. So they oblige the government-based companies to put certain portion of the fund in the sanction present. Yeah. And the third one, the President, how is the Islamic Hajj Fund? Islamic Hajj Fund, Haji. Yeah, that every person of Indonesia, they have to pay off, yeah, from the total payment, 25% must be paid off first. So if the payment of Hajj, for example, 50 million rupiah, so they have to pay at least 20 million. Yeah, they have to pay first in the front. So this 20 million, yeah, is accumulated how many numbers? The numbers of the person that going to Hajj. Yeah, so the numbers very many there. Even the waiting list right now has been more than 20 years. So you can imagine 10, 20 years times 200. So we have maybe 5, 6 million people are waiting for the Hajj. So assuming that one person here has the 20 million times 5 million. How many trillions that we have? These trillions, if are put in some bank, I think you can imagine how much the sell. But they are still waiting for the commitment, political commitment. Yeah? But in terms of the process has been ongoing, but the commitment may be in the process. Okay, like that, perhaps from my team response, sorry for making you waiting longer here. Yeah. Thank you for your coming and attendance. Hopefully, my humble understanding and sharing here can motivate all of us. Yeah. The Islamic banking in Indonesia are still in the process of struggling. And hopefully, you are the one of the heroes, yeah, of the one that can struggling to improve together. Yeah, Islamic bank in Indonesia. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dimas, for your insightful presentation and for also answering to all the questions. And thank you very the students who has asked the question from Budia Didi, you can just come forward and take the application.
No, there is not 50 ringgit. 50 Oh iya, 50 ringgit ya. 50 rupiah. Ya Lombok tadi.
Saya sendiri.
Sekalian saya butuh sekalian nanya.
Can we have a round of applause for Budia? Once again, thank you to all our distinguished speakers for their remarkable presentation, and thank you to all the participants for your attention and also for the participation to our program. Let us continue to learn and grow together. That's all from me. Hope to see you again in any other future program. Sampai jumpa and assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dimas Bagusurakusuma and Brother Mayu for a wonderful discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, next we would like to present certificate of appreciation to our esteemed speaker, Dr. Dimas Bagusurakusuma and Dr. Diatis Kusumawardani. The certificate will be presented by Muhammad Rizky.
Ya,
Fahim, please come to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached at the end of today's agenda. On behalf of the organizing committee, we extend our heartfelt thanks to all participants, guests, and committee members for their active participation and support. May this experience enrich our perspective and strengthen our commitment to global collaboration. I'm Delia Selvira, your master of ceremony today. Please accept my apologies for any shortcoming during the program delivery. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yuk, buat teman-teman yang berada di pinggir, mohon merapat ke tengah biar masuk ke dalam foto semuanya. Yang di sebelah kiri, yang sebelah kiri ke kanan dan yang di kanan, yang sebelah kiri ke kanan, begitu juga yang sebelah kanan merapat ke tengah, ya teman-teman. Yuk, udah cepat nih. Udah berdiri ya, biar kelihatan semuanya. Yuk dirapatkan safnya dan barisannya. Let's catch this moment together.
Yang di belakang yang tak terlihat di belakang.
Okay, are you ready? Okay, let's count it down. 3, 2, 1, cheers! Once again, 3, 2, 1. Okay, freestyle.